Hey everyone, welcome back to In a Pinch. First of all, sorry for the video quality. My Logitech software needs updating, and I'll get to that. But for now, I just want to get this video up real quick. So it's been a long time since I put a video up, and I didn't realize how long it had been until I took a look this weekend, and May 29th, when I put up my ONG video. That was the last one. I've been getting some personal messages and emails from people really over the last couple of months, but it's kind of amped up the last week, asking what's going on with the channel. Did you stop? Are you coming back? Are you going to delete the videos? So here's the short version of a long story. It started out, I took a break, an unannounced break, really just because I needed to unplug in general from electronics and the internet. I just kind of needed a break from all that. I was starting to get a lot of anxiety and losing sleep, not just from my own being on electronics constantly, but being around people who are on electronics all the time. It was giving me a lot of anxiety. So I took a break. I unplugged. That explains the first month I was gone. After that, July 3rd, I had mentioned in a number of videos that we were expecting. Our son was born July 3rd, 11:31 p.m. Made him 29 minutes short of being a 4th of July baby, but hey, he gets 2 parties in a row every year, and he'll never have to go into work the day after his birthday. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, he was born, and life got busy. Any of you who've had kids know life gets busy when a baby's born. All my efforts went into the family and the house. At the same time, my sleep was getting less and less and lighter and lighter, and I'm epileptic. I think I mentioned that before, so I have to be careful with my caffeine intake. And it's been my default for a long time when I need a burst of energy, I turn to nicotine before I turn to caffeine, because it seems a lot easier on my seizure disorders. So my snuff use started climbing pretty rapidly. To where what I was consuming, and this will sound unrealistic, but I swear on my life, like the math works out, I was consuming between 5 and 7 grams a day. It started out the weekend we went to the hospital to have Lang. I brought TPS Madras, one of the 50-gram tubes, with me, and I started the degree at which I was using it really goes definitely beyond hobby levels. I would say even beyond addiction levels, to almost like an abuse level. And then after that, with little sleep and trying to catch extra hours at work to bring some extra money in, I just wasn't sleeping. When I did, it wasn't good sleep. So I was using massive amounts of snuff to the point where I had far exceeded hobby levels, and it may as well be cigarettes. I am a nicotine addict, and I have no qualms with being a nicotine addict. But as far as my hobby tobaccos, once I get to the point where it's just habitual and I'm not enjoying it the same way anymore, that's when I stop, or at least take a break. Pipes and cigars have always been like a once a week, once every other week kind of thing. They've always represented taking a time out, kind of unplugging. Gosh, I keep swiveling the chair. That must be, yeah. I'm using my phone since I don't have software to support my webcam. Anyways, I forgot where I was. Yeah, so pipes and cigars, I've kept at a hobby level since I was, well, to be honest, like 17. I'm 31 now, so I've got a pretty good track record with that. A few years ago, I was into snus really heavily, and I enjoyed that in the same way that I came to enjoy snuff. Used it on a hobby level until it got to the point where it may as well be dip, and I wasn't even enjoying it for the flavors anymore. It was just purely about the nicotine, and that's when I switched over to snuff, and used that until the same thing happened. Now I've switched back to Swedish snus. I don't see the switch as being permanent. I will eventually get back into snuff. I just need a period of time to let myself level out a little bit more. so that if I'm going to enjoy a hobby tobacco, I'm enjoying it as a hobby and not just a habit. If I'm going to use tobacco, like I was saying, purely for nicotine satiation, just go to cigarettes. So for now, I'm back on Swedish snus. I will get back to snuff. It may not be till next year. It may be, in a couple of months. I don't know. I'm not putting a time frame on it. I'm going with, when it feels right. Eventually, snus will run the same cycle it did before, and it'll become about nicotine satiation again. It's interesting if any of you guys are into Swedish snus. So last I was into it was, like I said, about 3 years ago. And at the time, I was mostly into loose, and there were a handful of options. I had my staples, but didn't do a whole lot of experimenting outside of that. Coming back to it 3 years later, man, there is a lot of snus out there. So breaking into portions now, I mean, I used portions before, but I primarily bought loose. Now focusing on portions, there are so many options, and not just in the crazy flavors either, but like for good complex tobaccos, different takes on the quote-unquote traditional tobacco and bergamot. So all that is to say, there are options before us, and I'm leaving this to the subscribers. I'm not linking this video on any of the forums or the Facebook groups because I want the subscribers to let me know what you think. You can feel free to share this if you want, but I want to hear from the subscribers either in the comments below or in my email, boxandpipe@gmail.com. Let me know what you think. So I could either continue this channel doing snus reviews, and this fall when I start picking the pipe and cigars back up, looking at probably doing that in the next 2 or 3 weeks, do some more pipe and cigar reviews until I get back into snuff, and then switch back into gear with snuff reviews. That's an option. Option 2, if you guys want me to just leave it alone until I get back into snuff, totally understandable. I started this channel as generally a tobacco channel, but so far all but 3 reviews I've done have been snuff reviews, so most of you guys subscribe to me for snuff reviews. So if that's all you want to see, then I can just hold off until I get back into snuff. Option 3 is I just stop with the channel. I don't have a strong opinion. I'd like to keep the channel going. I've made some really good friends over this channel. I've gotten some wonderful feedback over the years. I want to give a quick shout out to the person who made my favorite comment, and he actually didn't make it in the videos. He made the comment on Snuff House, but PN Westy, aka Dire Wolf, once told me that I am the Matches 860 of the nasal snuff community, meaning that the rambling and the philosophizing and whatnot was his favorite part of the channel. And then he immediately apologized for it, thinking that maybe I'd take it as an insult, but I totally don't. I love Matches 860. He's probably my favorite pipe channel for the same reason, because it's soothing to listen to his voice. When I was into snus the first time, there was a channel out, Snus and Stuff, and it was the same thing. I loved it for the same reason. I just kind of found it relaxing to listen to. Anyways, I'm not sure how long of a video my phone will let me upload, because I always do it on the laptop with the webcam and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this at this point, but it's totally up to you guys. There's no judgment, but I want a consensus. Leave comments. If I don't get a whole lot of comments, I'm just gonna take it as there's not a lot of interest. Totally up to you guys. If you're interested in just listening to me ramble on, I'll keep making videos. If anyone's interested in Swedish snus, I made a big order a few weeks ago, and then just today I made another huge order. So there'll be plenty of snoozes to review. I'd be excited about doing that. And then again with cigars and pipe tobaccos. I think the only I know I did 2 cigar reviews. I can't remember both of them. The one I remember doing was the Jaime Garcia Reserva Especial, which I ran like 20 minutes. I promised to figure out a way to keep those under 10 minutes. Cigars, more than any other tobacco, I can talk about a cigar for hours. Just ask my wife. I know for pipe tobacco, I did a Billy Bud review featuring Paul Schallbetter, Uncle Squinty, and that was an absolute blast. I'd love to do something like that again, either with him or with somebody else, or just solo pipe reviews. It seems fitting to do pipe reviews with people because it's, you know, the pipe's sitting down and kind of, I don't know, taking a break and reflecting on life. It's fun to do that with somebody. But, you know, in either event, totally up to you guys, but I need you to let me know what you think so I can make a decision. In any event, even if I stop making videos, I'll keep them up. I'm not going to go and delete all the videos, so they'll still be searchable. But I'm hoping you guys will vote to keep it going. I've made some really great friends on here. I think we have a pretty good community on here, and yeah, but it's up to you guys. I don't want to take up your subscription space or take up your time with subject matter you might not be interested in. So let me know. In the meantime, God bless. Salud.